The Danish royal family is one of the oldest in Europe, although the stories surrounding this royal family are not popular and gain as much attention as the British royal families. However, if you're a fan of fairy tales who always want to see a happy ending of Cinderella and Prince Charming in a castle, the love story of Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark and Princess Mary will definitely satisfy you. Mary was born and raised in Australia and is the daughter of an intellectual family. Since childhood, she has always studied hard and never dreamt of becoming a princess one day. My biggest memory of Diana walking up the red carpet with a very long train, she says, but I don't recall wishing that one day I would be a princess. I wanted to be a veterinarian. Mary's names honors her grandmothers, Mary Douglas and Elizabeth Gibson Melrose. She was born on 5 February 1972 in Hobart, Australia, and was the fourth child of mathematics professor John Donaldson and his first wife, Henrietta Horne. 1942 to 1997. The future princess' parents had immigrated from Edinburgh, Scotland to Australia in the early 60s, becoming citizens of this country in 1975. Life before her real-life fairy tale came true. During her childhood and teen years, Mary received piano, flute, and clarinet lessons, took part in basketball and hockey, and was an equestrian athlete. Mary began her education in Houston, Texas, where her family was living at the time. After returning to Harvard, she attended Sandy Bay Infant School, Waimea Heights Elementary School from 1978 to 1982. An avid athlete in high school, Mary was captain of the girls' hockey and swimming teams and involved in equestrian pursuits. She continued her education at Harvard Matriculation College, where she served on the basketball team before finishing her studies at the University of Tasmania, from which she graduated in 1994 with a double Bachelor of Commerce degree and Bachelor of Laws degree. From 1994 to 1996, Mary attended a postgraduate program and qualified for certificates in advertising from Advertising Federation of Australia, AFA, and direct marketing from the Australian Direct Marketing Association, ADMA. Mary's mother tongue is English and Danish is her second language. She studied French during her secondary school, and in 2002, she taught English in Paris for a short period of time. In 2003, after meeting Frederik, she studied Danish at Students' College. This fresh-faced young lady dived into a more professional life, moving to Melbourne, where she took up a position at International Advertising Agency. Her career would lead her into the world of public relations and culminate in her last position before becoming a project consultant for Microsoft Business Solutions in Denmark. While studying in Tasmania, Mary reportedly had a joint business interest in a company called King Cash with Brent and Nels, Mary's first love. The couple had a 7-year relationship in the 1990s. However, in 1996, Mary lost her mother. Her mother's passing had a negative impact on Mary. In 1997, she decided to go to Europe and then to Scotland, where her ancestors were from. At this time, she traveled to many places in Europe and worked in Edinburgh, Copenhagen. 1999 was a landmark year in her life. The Princess-to-be of Denmark returned to Australia to work as an account manager with the international advertising agency Young & Rubicam in Sydney. From a pub to palace, inside Princess Mary Donaldson's life. It was the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney where Mary met a special man who changed her life forever. At a hotel pub, a young man who introduced himself to Mary as Fred arrived in Australia as a member of the Danish Olympic sailing team. The two came with their own group of friends. The King of Spain's nephew, Bruno Gomez Acebo, was the link between the two groups, but by the end of the evening, Mary and Frederik couldn't take their eyes off each other. The first time we met, we shook hands, she recalled. I didn't know he was the Prince of Denmark. Half an hour later, someone came up to me and said, "Do you know who these people are?" The prince who came from a fairy tale land has Mary's phone number after the conversation, and they still kept in touch even though they were tens of thousands of miles apart. The royal had 6 more opportunities to get to Australia to meet and flirt with Mary within just a few months. The prince loved Mary so much that the royal family knew about his affection. Queen Margaret II even helped her son keep his journeys to meet his love out of the public eye. In 2001, the Danish magazine Billboard was the first to reveal Mary is the prince's girlfriend. After the prince's efforts, Mary also wanted to be more active in their relationship by moving to Europe in December 2002 to take a closer step to Fred. Frederik is one of those people who being around makes you happy. His intelligence and kindness, and he's quite funny as well. We have a connection of the mind, says Mary. Their secret romantic relationship endured until 2003, when the couple first appeared together in a pub in Hubbard, Mary's hometown. It was not until April 2003 that Queen Margaret publicly acknowledged the relationship, sparking rumors of a pending engagement. Frederik presented Mary with an emerald-cut diamond engagement ring and 2 emerald-cut ruby baguettes. The couple officially engaged on October 8, 2003. Strict royal rules and what have to be given up to become royals. Despite having to fulfill a rigorous series of requirements, she agreed to give up her Australian citizenship, convert from a Presbyterian faith to Danish Lutheran Church, learn fluent Danish, and agreed to give up her rights to the children of the couple in case of a divorce. "Today is the first day of my new role," she said after appearing on the palace balcony as Prince Frederik's fiancée for the first time. "It is something that will evolve over time and I have much to learn and experience." On May 14, 2004, the beautiful brunette with a charming smile walked down the aisle with her prince in bridal attire which encompassed her Australian heritage and the history of the family she would be a part of. The wedding took place at Copenhagen Cathedral. Mary's gown was a creation of Danish designer Alf Frank, topped off with a veil first worn by Princess Margaret of Sweden in 1905. In addition, Donaldson's bouquet featured a flowing trail of Australian eucalyptus called snow gum, as well as flowers from the palace garden. A small bridal party which included her 2 sisters and her friend Amber Patty, a radio announcer on commercial radio in Australia. Frederik was supported by his younger brother Prince Joachim. The newlywed couple reportedly spent their honeymoon in Africa. The couple's first child, Prince Christian Waldemar Henry John, was born on October 15, 2005, and their second child, Princess Isabella Henrietta Ingrid Margaret, was born on April 21, 2007. Then 3 years later, the Danish royal family had more good news. The palace confirmed Mary was expecting twins and the first set of twins arrived in January 2011. Speaking to the press outside the hospital, their proud father described their twins, named Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine, as a miracle times 2. By May 2014, Princess Mary had officially become the crown princess of Denmark when the prince was set to become the future king. Family tension and bitter feud between 2 sisters-in-law. On January 3rd, the Daily Mail reported on the frosty relationship between Crown Princess Mary and her sister-in-law Princess Mary. Princess Mary is Prince Joachim's wife. They got married in 2008. Rumors of their rift began when Mary became a member royal family in 2008. The Danish press at the time believed that Crown Princess Mary was upset by the appearance of a new bride in the family. Crown Princess was also often compared herself with her sister-in-law due to their physical resemblance. If Meghan Markle of the British royal family is considered a bride who likes breaking royal rules, Princess Mary is also considered a rebellious princess. In 2019, Prince Joachim and his wife decided to return to France to settle down. The story about a current queen's son living in his wife's hometown recalled Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's move to US to settle down. Mary also gave an interview and admitted that she was not suitable for royal life. In July 2020, Prince Joachim faced a serious health problem due to a blood clot in his brain. All members of the Danish royal family immediately arrived in France to visit Joachim without Princess Mary. She was criticized a lot for this absence. Mary also insisted that she loved her husband's hometown Denmark. However, it was said that her interview has been likened to Meghan Markle's fake tears in a documentary about Africa, when Mary tearfully talked about her feelings in royal life. This is also what the crown princess didn't like about her sister-in-law when she didn't devote her effort to support her husband's family. Everything she wanted was to live in France. Danish businesswoman and royal commentator Anne Thygesen told the Daily Telegraph that the two royal brides had very little in common. They are very different people. One is European, and not only European, she is French, where Mary is the Princess of Denmark and this makes her number one, she said. The rift between two royal brides sparked concern that the Danish family would be ripped apart. Although a royal spokesman had denied their conflict, most people didn't believe so. A romantic fairy tale turned to hell due to a close female friend of the prince? In June 2019, New Idea reported that Princess Mary fled the palace because of the close relationship between Prince Frederik and his close friend, Flora Montgomery. Flora and Frederik were spotted getting very cozy and their close relationship was caught by the press, and they even gave each other a goodbye kiss and hug at the time. There is no doubt that Mary would be unhappy. An insider previously told New Idea she's had to read him the riot act a few times over the years about his close female friends. Flora is a former actress, and her marriage with restaurateur Søren Jensen in 2014 was joined by the royal couple. Over the past few years, it has been reported that the relationship of Crown Prince Frederik and Princess Mary has been under a lot of pressure. But despite those rumors, their marriage remains strong and the couple celebrated their wedding anniversary at home in Denmark. However, after the Danish royal was spotted embracing his good friend Flora Montgomery, the speculation was once again increasing. But Fred immediately denied it. The hug was just a warm goodbye between friends. From love of family to love of country. Since becoming Princess of Denmark, Mary has made a number of international visits. In November 2009, Mary made a surprise visit to Danish soldiers in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. As patron of the Danish Refugee Council, Mary visited Uganda 2008 and East Africa 2011 and supported fundraising for the area. Mary has played an active role in promoting an anti-bullying program based on the Australian model launched by Save the Children Denmark. She is also involved in a campaign to raise awareness and safe practices among Danes about skin cancer through the Danish Cancer Society. In September 2007, Mary officially established the Mary Foundation with capital from public and private donations to promote cultural diversity and encourage human rights awareness and contribute for those who are underprivileged and socially isolated. Mary was voted Woman of the Year 2008 by a Danish magazine, Alt for the Mern. She donated her cash reward to charity. During nearly 2 decades, this real-life Cinderella Prince couple has always been happy and almost never weathered any storm in their relationship, or at least the media has never seen it. In January 2020, while the Cinderella Meghan in the UK was trying to create a bold new chapter for a fairy tale, Denmark's Cinderella made many people jealous with her dreamlike love story when she posted super cute family photos. The picture was not only a 9-year-old birthday tribute to her twins, but it is also a proof that she has a warm and happy family so far. At first, Mary Donaldson was just a commoner, so becoming a princess put her through a lot of challenges such as language barriers, culture shock, strange royal rules, and especially feelings of loneliness while living away from home and family. However, she stayed strong until this moment, creating her own happiness with her own hands. The monarchy in Denmark is very popular and is one of the world's oldest. The lineage of the current monarch of the Queen Emperor Margaret II can be traced back to Vikings over 1,000 years ago. The long-term persistence of the monarchy shows that the royal family not only preserves the best royal traditions, but also keeps up with the times that are loved and honored by the Danes. In the fairy tale about how Princess Mary of Denmark found happiness, a happy marriage and wonderful family is an example of this.